Okay, boys and girls, I know in your very short lives, silence. Tommy, I swear to God, if we have to hear your bowels move one more time, I'm going to report you to the principal, all right? I don't care that you can't help it. It's annoying me, all right? I don't care. I don't care about your accountability. I don't care about how this can be within your own grasp of autonomy. It annoys me. So, against your free will, I will discipline you. So that way you stop whatever it is that you can't control. Anyway, as Timmy continues to blow out here, we're going to be analyzing what went wrong in your short 5 years of life and how that will set the precedent for the rest of your life and its decline. Do we know what decline means, children? Let me illustrate it for you guys. Do we like the orange marker or the pink marker? One simple choice, but who knows when one simple choice is going to change the course of your life down a path you never imagined for yourself, whether that be for better or for worse, but most commonly for worse. Let us examine. I choose the pink one because it's pretty. So, let us examine. So right now, Timmy, smell the marker. Smell the marker. You have no brain cells, don't worry. I know your mommy and daddy say smelling markers kills brain cells, but you have nothing to worry about in that department. Smell the marker, Timmy. Smell the marker. Thank you. I freaking love the smell of markers, kids. Trust me, the idea that it kills brain cells is the least of your problems. We're going to be examining from here to here, from point A to point B, right? So this is the point of your conception. Truly, your life began at first breath, but frankly, just the very idea of your parents deciding to have a child is where they messed up. So here we're going to start off. Here and here. Can you see that, children? Should I bring the board up for those that don't have glasses? So here is conception. And here is your birth. This is really where it went wrong. Birth. Conception, birth. Conception, birth. Notice how small that period of time is? Guess what? You're here against your wills. Some of you probably were not even wanted. A lot of you were not planned. A very few of you were both wanted and planned. That being said, regardless of what your parents' intentions were before giving you the platform of life, you're all still on this earth, in this world, in this system. Isn't that right? So now we reach 5 years old. 5 years old. So we're gonna 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. We're gonna note that it's not equidistantly years, but these years don't really count because you weren't conscious of the fact you were alive. Not conscious. We're gonna call these, I'm gonna highlight it with a different color, that way we can better illustrate the point. I'm gonna call these the golden years. This is really the prime time in which anything could have happened to you and you could have avoided going on with life. And what a great relief that would have been. Now, at 5 years old, we now see your brain, your consciousness has fully developed. Timmy, are you aware that you are alive? Great, I'm aware you're alive, and sometimes that bothers me. Matilda, are you aware that you're alive? Good. Little child over here, are you aware that you are alive? Great, that's perfect. Little Brucey, are you aware that you are alive? Perfect. So, we are all aware that we are alive, whatever that may mean, breathing, existing, defecating, pissing, wasting time both for ourselves and others, existing alive, 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 alive. Tell me, Timmy, when was the last time you saw one of your grandparents, like your grandma? It's been a couple years. How's she doing? Have you talked to her recently? What I'm basically asking is, do you know, Timmy, if your grandma has gone to the big senior daycare center in the sky? That's what your parents told you, that she just went away on vacation? Cool, so she's no longer alive. Grandma, not alive. Blessings, children, blessings, all right? Grandma got the best gift out of all of us. We're the ones who are truly in torment. And by we, I mean you guys. Because you guys have only been here for 5 years. Aware for maybe a year. I am pretty close to death in comparison to you guys. That's why I became a kindergarten teacher. I just wanted each year to remind me that I am closer to death than I am in proportion to your demographic. So what I'm basically saying is that about here is where you guys started messing up. 4 years old. 4 years old. Now, how did you guys start messing up, you might ask? Hey, Timmy, when did your bowel problems begin? Like, when did you start having flatulence and blowing hot air? Like, for as long as you know? This is where you know. So it's like 4 years now, right? 4 years. Listen to me. I know that that's not your fault. I know it's not your like it's just something that you can't help. But trust me, people are gonna treat you the way that, thinking that you have control over it, thinking that you're all responsible for it. They're not gonna have mercy on you, Timmy. I'm just trying to roughen you up for the real world. So, and Timmy's lack of choice was still, in the eyes of society, a choice, and thus he will be judged for it going forward when he is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, until it stops on its own. He will forever be marked, and this will affect job opportunities, dating prospects. This will affect the very fact if he settles down and reproduces, a loving family, nuclear family, a very unsustainable family model, and then gets a job at a company that perchance doesn't exploit him that badly, to a point where he can subsist on a livable wage with health insurance that doesn't completely screw him over. Now, Brucey, what do you want to be when you grow up? Have you given any thought to it? A firefighter? All right. So why do you want to be a firefighter? Because your dad's a firefighter? Listen, Brucey, your dad has an increased chance of also not being alive anymore. Increased chance of dying. What does that mean for you? That means that by the time you get to be a firefighter, which honestly the chances are in your favor if your father's a firefighter, the high chance of you becoming a firefighter, now that you've been watching your father since your point of consciousness at 4, means that the amount of time that you have left on this earth starts to tick down really at 18 years old. I mean, give or take. So once you get that position as a firefighter at 18, that's really when you start to play a little bit of a roll of the dice chance with your life. Now, what does that mean for you? It means that you are granted more opportunities to leave this state of existence than the rest of us. Do you think Timmy here has any chance of leaving this existence the way you do? Do you think Timmy could be a firefighter? He's got too much gas in him to be a firefighter. He would blow the building up the moment he stepped in. No offense, Timmy. No offense. If you start complaining to your mom again and start crying, I'm going to call the principal and I'm going to say that both you and your mom, that your mom is an annoying nuisance and that you are a spoiled child. Don't try to test me now. Don't try to test me. Now, how can we resolve these issues, you may ask? How can we resolve Timmy's very sad and tragic life from here on out, and Brucey's very heroic sacrifice that will be ultimately a statistic that will mean a lot to his community, but ultimately in the grand scheme of things, everyone he's ever known and will ever know will forget about him because they will soon die as well and cease to exist. And the same applies for all of you on a range of that spectrum, where some of you may live a beautiful life being a mother and giving birth and all of that jazz, obliterating your bodies for the sake of an alien that explodes out of you and dilates your body to an inhuman level. And some of you will choose not to be a mother and forever receive the scorn and degradation of society, which honestly in turn might force you to become a mother against your will anyways. You know how we can avoid all of this? You see this point right here, conception? We time travel before conception, right? Time travel before conception. And when mommy and daddy think about conceiving you guys, when mommy and daddy decide to make the loving act of giving you guys, you know, the little horizontal dance, mommy and daddy wrestling, you grab what is called commonly, as you children very well know, a gun. And you blow both of their brains out of their skull, thus liberating them from this existence and yourselves. Now, what did we learn in today's lessons, boys and girls? What did Miss Angelica teach you? That's right. We learned math. What comes after 4? 5. What comes after 1? 2. And how long will you be suffering in life? For as many years as you live. And that, children, is the greatest moral of all.